Listening to Sacred Acoustics recordings can be so much more than simply a passive listening experience. Now, that's one approach, and that's an approach we recommend if you're just starting out. Put those headphones on and listen and just see what happens. This can be very useful to find out how you, in your unique fashion, react to the tones without any expectation at all. But beyond that, you may wish to address certain issues, and this can be done while using intention. Now, a very basic intention that we recommend to all listeners is to establish a feeling of gratitude, trust, and allowing at the beginning of your listening session. This creates a very open and trusting kind of vibration to allow anything to occur that might be in your highest and best interest in that moment. And so that's a very simple way to begin. And this, after a while, becomes second nature. And so at the beginning of every listening session, you will kind of automatically invoke that gratitude, trust, and allowing. But then how do you add other types of things? Well, in the case of, let's say you want to solve a problem or address a health issue, or potentially something like you're trying to sell your house, or let's say you want to contact the soul of a departed loved one, or really connect with that oneness and that higher nature of who we all really are. All of those things can be addressed. So let's say the case of selling your house. Before your listening session, establish what you want your intention to be, and then find one word that describes the feeling you would have after your intention was achieved. So in the case of selling your house, that one word might be freedom. Feel what that freedom would feel like. And then as you begin your listening session in your mind, you know that that freedom is associated with selling your house, but don't think about that. Think about the freedom. Now, the universe has a way of responding with like attracts like ways. And so if you're establishing that feeling of freedom, the universe has a way of lining things up so that that freedom can be achieved. And you don't really need to worry too much about exactly how that house will get sold. And so in the case of a health issue, the suggestion here is to imagine a feeling as if you were already well. So well-being or healthy, one of those types of feelings would be very useful when trying to achieve greater health, and letting go of any expectation of how that goal will be achieved would be very useful. So it may not be, in the case of a health issue, a particular treatment that you're working on. Don't think about particular treatments or particular approaches necessarily, just that feeling of well-being or healthy. And again, the universe has a way of matching that feeling with solutions to allow you to have that feeling. And so keep in mind that you want to keep it very simple. If you get too complicated, it can be very confusing, and you can often, without realizing, end up contradicting yourself. That and no expectation are very useful. Simple with no expectation. One word intentions can be very useful. Now, if you're trying to establish contact with a departed loved one, for example, in this case, the feeling would be related to the feeling you had when you were with that person. It's a very unique resonance that we have with each person on the planet, no matter what. And so whatever that was, imagine what it felt like to be with that person. And when you can conjure up that feeling in your body, and your mind, then the universe may then respond with offering you that feeling by giving you some kind of contact with that departed loved one. And in the case of oneness, it takes a lot of practice, but establishing that gratitude, trust, and allowing alone can really help with attracting that oneness type of feeling, that connection to peace and love and harmony. And so all of those words, harmony, peace, those are very good suggestions to just harness at the beginning of your listening session. For example, the word peace. Go into that session feeling peace already, and then allow the tones to carry you to a vibrational experience of peace. The more that we can align our inner natures with things and occurrences that we really want to have happening in our life, the more that the universe will line up and give us those exact experiences that we're already feeling. And so this is an excellent way to approach intention. And as always, if you have other techniques that you've learned, please feel free to incorporate those and share them with us if you like. And as always, feel free to ask any further questions through our website, sacredacoustics.com.